Hey there, welcome to today's live stream. My name is Andrew, and welcome to Consult the Blind Guy. Are you low income on SSI, SSDI, state assistance, just working part time, tired of being broke and not having money? Well, stick around because today that's what we're going to talk about is being low income and being able to make a budget to be able to have more money and do the things you want to do. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let's get to it.
Disappointed by reality, trying to come back, start something new, build up yourself, it's all to you. Stay strong no matter what they say, you keep getting better every day. Hold your head up, never gonna stop, fears and proud, stand up and shout. Stand my ground.
As I said, welcome to Consult the Blind Guy. In today's live stream, we are doing a Q&A on making a budget. If you're low income, whether you're on supplemental security, social security, disability, state assistance, or part-time work, and you don't have a lot of money to be dealing with, today is a perfect episode for you because I'm going to explain how to make a budget to be able to know exactly where your money is going and how you can actually save more by this process. So, if you're here today, I hope you enjoy today's episode. Please feel free to ask any questions you might have. If you could, please put question in all caps. It would be greatly appreciated. Makes it a lot easier for me to see your comments and questions, to be able to distinguish of if you're asking a specific thing or if you're just chatting with somebody else in the live stream or if you're watching this on a replay. Please don't forget to use hashtag Team Replay. Drop your questions down there. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Before we go any further, let's see who we have with us today. Divided by Sight, thank you for being here. Greatly appreciated. So, I myself have had to use this process for many, many years now. I have had to do a budget as a requirement for my tribal government in order to be able to show that I am able to handle my own finances. Same with the state. They want to know that I was capable of handling my own money and being able to use it in a good way rather than just going and pissing it away and not paying my bills or my rent or anything like that. So I have a lot of experience when it comes to making a budget. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. So let's get into this. First, I'm going to share my screen here. I'm going to pull up the worksheet that I had in this morning's video release. Hey Kim, thanks for joining us. So as you can see here, I created a budgeting worksheet for all of you to use. If you go down into the description, there is a link there for you to be able to download this exact worksheet right here for your budget to be able to plan out whether you want to do it monthly or weekly. It's entirely up to you on exactly what length of period you choose to budget for. I myself do a monthly budget, and I've always done a monthly budget, so I know exactly what money I'm getting in and where it's going and how much I have planned left over. And this is already pre-filled out, so I can be able to just go through this. This is the exact same one that I demonstrated on for this morning's video. So I am going to just zoom in here a little bit. You will also notice in your PDF version of this worksheet up here at the top in the blue, is an actual clickable link for you to have a digital copy so you can fill it out just like I have it right here on the computer on Google Docs. You got your name and the date at the top of the worksheet. The left-hand panel is for the expenses of what type they are. The second panel is the monthly expense. The third panel off to the right is your notes. As you can see here, first thing at the top of the list is housing. Why housing? Because if you don't have a roof over your head, you're going to be homeless. So, biggest priority is paying your rent or your house payment and your utilities so you don't end up out on the streets and begging for money from somebody else or staying on a couch or something to that effect. So, this is always the first thing you should be focused on when it comes to using your money, when it comes to your budget. Your house or rent payment, I have down for this example of $400. Over in the notes, rent payment. Couple down from that, I have $80 for your electric. Again, over in the notes, it says electric bill. Same with the gas, $80. Gas bill. $40 for water. Got it over in the notes for water bill. And I opted to do cell phone rather than regular telephone because in most cases these days, a lot of people don't actually have a home phone anymore. And just easier to go that way. And I automatically assumed that everybody is on a pay-as-you-go, kind of like Boost Mobile or something like that. So I went with $52 for Boost Mobile. The next category is groceries or food. I put $200 in there. Now, maybe if you're single, you might not spend $200 on groceries. You might be cheaper, you might be a little bit over that, but that's entirely fine. This is just a example to be able to show the money. And then you scroll down for your personal expenses. This is for clothing and hair care, nails, toiletries, all that good kind of stuff. So this one I did for the demonstration was shampoo, conditioner, and toilet paper. Granted, $35 is a little bit on the steep side for shampoo, conditioner, and toilet paper, but I wanted to give a good idea of some of the possibilities. And I myself am a smoker, and I figured rather than focusing on alcohol, because I am a non-drinker for the last 7 years, I would go $75, assuming roughly for a carton of cigarettes. And as you will notice, there's a lot of sections in here in this sheet that say other. That is in case that there is something not specified already in that category that is on your list for your budget, you can put it into the other section. And then you have medical underneath that. I just put $10 for meds. Not that I have any that I take, but I'm trying to give a good idea for everybody to be able to plan out their budget for this example. Next is savings. I highly recommend that you pick a small amount out of your budget for savings. Don't keep it in your bank. Take it out, put it into a safe place in your home. Whether you put it into a coffee can or you actually have a small safe or an envelope you can keep inside your dresser drawer, something to that effect. You should always take a small portion of that, put it into savings. That way you have that extra money sitting off to the side. Granted, if you left it into the bank, you'd be able to get interest over a period of time. However, if you're on SSI or SSDI, you don't want to do that because the longer it sits there, the more the government's going to pay attention to the amount of money that you have sitting there, the interest that it collects, and all that. So I recommend pulling it out, keeping it at your personal home or somewhere safe. That way you can keep collecting on it and collecting on it and collecting on it. Build up that amount of money. Why? Because you never know if you're going to have an emergency come up. You never know if you're going to want to go out and do something. This is how you manage to save money to enjoy your life rather than being broke all the time. If you have credit cards, put it in the next section down below. On the next page, we have entertainment. This could be your movie rentals, movies on cable TV that you can rent on demand, books, music, gambling, whatever it may be. And then at the very bottom of this sheet, over on the right hand side, you have section D, E, and F. Section D is your monthly income. For this example, I used $1,000 just to make it easy numbers to work with. Section E is your total estimated expenses. Adding everything up I just used in that example is $997. And the bottom row is estimated remaining from the expenses, which is $3. So underneath that, you have notes. As you can see here, I put in my notes monthly expenses for November. Added $3 to savings this month for a total of $28 in savings. Now, you're probably asking, why would you take that $3 and add it into your savings? Simply to put it, you want to actually add whatever money you have left over after your budget and put it in your savings, because that's now an extra $3 that you might not have had before. By having this savings set off to the side, because as you can tell, it was just estimates. If you want to be exact with your money, absolutely perfect plan. Be as exact in your budget as possible. If you can only estimate what you're going to have for a bill, that's fine too. Just make sure that you're planning for whatever amount your income is. The more that you could set off to the side for your own personal savings, the better. Because then if you're living with somebody and you want to move, right there, that savings is going to help you be able to find your own place and be able to afford it to have a down payment. If you're already living on your own and you just want extra money to go out to the movies or to go out to an event of some sort, a football game, baseball game, out to eat, whatever it may be, setting that money off to the side for savings is going to be the way to do it. Because if you have debt that you need to pay off, well, you have to plan that in too. If you want to pay it off over time, plan that into your budget. Be able to pay it off slowly but surely, because the sooner you can pay off that debt, the more money that you're going to have for yourself. The sooner you're going to be able to do the things that you want to do with your life, rather than sitting around hating it that you're broke all the time. So I hope that explains a little bit of why you need to budget. Not that I'm telling you you must, but it is going to help you in the long run if you do. I can tell you firsthand that it does help, because right now I've got a fair amount from my own personal savings from doing just that. If I didn't, I wouldn't have been able to pay off some of my medical debt not too long ago. As in, like, the beginning of this month, I am now 100% debt free. Seriously, from doing this budget sheet I just showed you right here. All because of doing my own personal budget, I am meticulous on knowing exactly where every single cent of my income goes. The sooner you do that, the sooner you're going to have more money for yourself. I totally agree with that, Kim. This is something that they should teach. Hell, not just in high school, but in elementary school. The sooner that we can get kids to actually understand and know how to use money, the less likely that they're going to be dependent on the government, the sooner they're going to be able to do things that they want to themselves, less likely to be dependent on their parents. There's a lot that can be taught right there just by budgeting. If you buy specialty shampoo, yeah, I buy specialty shampoo, and just one thing of shampoo and conditioner and TP is not going to cost you no $35. If it does, you're getting some high dollar expensive shit. It can be higher or a month's supply. If you're going through that much TP in a month, then that's just nuts. Razors and blades will cost you that. That is nuts. But then again, I'm glad I have an electric razor, so I wouldn't know, because I won't, yeah. I haven't used a freaking regular razor with blades on it in forever. Uh, Kim, I understand wishing your SSDI was that high. I totally agree with you. Mine's about to get cut $150 because of Medicare. And thank you. It is greatly appreciated. Yes, I love being debt free now. It's an awesome feeling because now any extra money I have after I pay my bills for the month is a godsend, because now I'll be able to have savings for myself set off to the side to do the things I want to. As most of you know, I am working my ass off 7 days a week right now just so I can be able to start my own business and help our community out anyway. So right now, all my extra money that I do have is getting put into being able to help you. All of you that are watching this right now, that's what I'm doing, is I'm trying my best to be able to invest in starting my own business to be able to help the blind, visually impaired, and disabled community to do the things that you want to do. If you're a content creator here on YouTube, I'll be able to help you with growing your channel, building your own brand, and helping you do what you want to do, helping you with figuring out your content creation, being able to help you with figuring out what equipment you may or may not need, setting up your background, having the programs you might need for editing or live streaming or whatever it is that you want to do. Even if you're not disabled, I can still help you with that because I have 20 plus years of experience. And in February, it'll be 17 years on YouTube as a content creator, not just a viewer, but as a content creator. I am a huge AV nerd. And if you don't know what AV is, it's audio and visual. I was one of the AV geeks in high school. I spent 4 years in high school getting AV training. So I can definitely help you in that aspect. I have over 8 years of budget experience of using that sheet that I just showed you for this demonstration in this morning's video. I have had a low income my entire life, so I have a lot of experience of budgeting. When I first got into doing a budget for my tribal government to be able to see that they could trust me with my own finances, my caseworker was astounded that I knew how to do a budget right down to the penny. Because there's some people in the community who don't even know how to do that are older than me. And I actually have the experience of budgeting right down from every cent that I've got coming in to what is going out. That is how I've managed to pay off my own personal debt, my credit cards, my medical bills, everything. So, budgeting is a must if you want to be able to plan for the future. Whether you want to have your own home, whether you want to go out and enjoy yourself or go traveling, whatever it may be, budgeting is the way to go. Have control over your personal finances, and you'll be able to do things that you want to do rather than sitting around going, oh, hell, I have no money. Oh, hell, I'm broke. Oh, hell, I've got no money to do anything. I hate my life. Well, guess what? Budget. Budget, 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 budget. The sooner you budget, the sooner you'll have more money. Because then you know exactly what you have coming in, what you have going out, why you have it going out, and then you can also automatically start saving. That is my number one tip right there. Plan savings into your budget. Even if it's just $5 a month, that $5 a month is going to add up quick, especially if you do a budget and you have anything left over from your estimate of what's going out. Some people plan their budget before they get their bills, some people plan it out after they get their bills. Either way, whatever income you have, plan for what you know exactly is your approximate outgo. If you're going to have the same amount for your rent every month, have that planned. If you have a cell phone bill that is the same amount every month, have that planned. Then guesstimate for anything that fluctuates. If you know, for instance, your electric bill during the summer is only $75 and it's $100 in the winter, plan for it accordingly like that. So if we'll say your electric bill is $75 during the summer, guess what? Plan for $100. Why? Because the sooner that you start planning for that extra money there, come time when your bill comes in, you pay it off for that month, you've got an excess of money that can now go from your estimate into your savings or into another bill, because then you're going to estimate over what your bill costs. That's going to leave money on the end of your bill payments. If you've got $400 for rent, $452 with your cell phone tacked on, and then you plan $75 for your electric bill, and it ends up being $95 for some reason during the summer. Maybe because you had an extra guest in your house, or maybe you have a couple different air conditioners and you turn the other one on rather than just only having one on. If you don't account for things like that properly, you're going to kick yourself in the ass. So always guesstimate if you do not have your bill just a tad bit over what it usually is. So you know that when it comes, you're going to be able to cover it. Do that with all your bills, your water, your gas, your electric, anything that fluctuates every month. Always estimate over what it averages, because then once it comes, you know for a fact you're going to have the money to pay for it. And then once you pay your bills off for that month, you're going to be able to look at your bank account and go, oh, hey, look at that. I've got an extra $10. I've got an extra $15, an extra 20, whatever it may be, that you can now put added extra into your savings. So instead of just having a $25 plan savings already, you get that extra $25 afterwards. That gives you an extra savings of $50 every single month. So plan for it that way. I'm not an accountant. I'm not certified in finances or anything like that. But I am somebody who has close to 20 years experience in budgeting. If I didn't have that experience, I wouldn't have made this document for you. I wouldn't be sitting here telling you how to plan your budget and save money. Because that right there is going to help you get out of debt. It's going to help you be more independent in the future and do the things you want to do. Whether you live alone or with somebody else, it can help you drastically. I can tell you firsthand. I'm sure those here in the live stream, in the live chat, can tell you the same thing. Divided by site says cutting out things you don't need to spend money on helps. Yes, that's actually the second part of this. Only buy what you need. The sooner you quit spending your money on useless shit you don't need, the more money you have. If you go out grocery shopping, you have a budget of, as in the example, $200 to get the food you want, get the food you put on your list. Make a list for your groceries and stick to it. Don't go, oh, hey, look at that. There's a 5-gallon bucket of ice cream that you don't have on your list. That extra splurging like that is going to kick you in the ass later, because now you're going to be short money that you didn't have. That's going to make you take from your savings that you might have already budgeted for. It can, if you don't have it in your bank account and you go shopping, you have that $25 savings, as I said, at home tucked away, and you literally have just that $200 that you had planned for groceries in your account. The instant that you go over your budget and you get that senseless stuff that you did not plan for or did not need, you're going to overdraw your account. When you overdraw your account, that's now an additional fee that you're going to have to pay to your bank for overdrawing your account that you couldn't afford. So plan ahead. Always. Equalized payments on the electric bills can be helpful. Yes. Always. Always, 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 always. I don't go to the companies and ask them to put me on a payment plan. Nothing like that. I plan for it myself. I always over accounted for my bills. Before I moved, in my old house, my electric bill averaged $80 a month with just me. And then during the winter, it would be around 100. So that's why I can use that for an example. I knew that if I shut off stuff that I wasn't using, it was going to save me money. I knew when the summer come that I wanted my air conditioner on. That would boost it up a bit depending on exactly how hot the summer was. So I always planned extra for my bills. The sooner that you can average out what your bills are and estimate a little bit over for what you know your bills are going to be, the sooner you can get that stuck into your budget and always account for it that way with your income. That way, anything left over can go in your savings. If you have credit card debt, anything like that, save first, then pay your debt. Always. That's how I've managed to do mine. I would do my priorities first, and my savings was a priority. Do your house payment or your rent payment, your utilities, gas, electric, water if you have it, whatever your utility costs are going to be for your home, your phone, because everybody needs a phone these days. That way, if an emergency happens, you can get a hold of people. Your groceries, those are all your priorities. After your priorities, then your secondary priority, savings. Always set money off to the side, even if it's just $5. Always account for your savings to be an additional priority. Then go to your credit debt or medical debt, whatever it may be. Then your entertainment costs, your cable bill, your movie rentals, whatever it may be. Put all that kind of stuff secondary. You should always account for your main bills first. Your grocery bill, your housing bill, all of that is a priority. Your secondary priority is your savings, and then your entertainment and eating out and all that kind of stuff. That is secondary. If you don't need it, don't add it in. Save the money that you can. Don't waste it. The sooner you do that, the sooner you'll be debt free. The sooner you'll be able to have a down payment for a car or a home or going traveling, doing the things you want to do in your life. As I said, I have a lot of experience when it comes to budgeting like that. So, does anybody have any questions? If you do, please feel free to drop them into the live chat, or if you're watching in the replay, feel free to drop it below. If you could, please put question in all caps. It'll help make easier for me to be able to see and be able to differentiate between the regular comments and questions that you may have in the comment section below or in the live stream, because there sometimes does tend to move kind of quickly. If for any reason you do not feel like you're comfortable enough to ask questions in the live stream or in the comment section below on the replay, you can always email me your questions at consult.ablindguy@gmail.com. And I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. You don't have to worry about privacy concerns. I am the only person that reads my email, and I will not share anything without your prior permission. If you haven't by chance already joined us over on Facebook, please do. We would love to have you in the Hangout group with the consulting crew, and that is you viewers here, you subscribers, and I greatly appreciate every single one of you for being here, watching the live streams, asking questions, commenting, and being within the community page. It is awesome having you there. Don't forget to smash that like button. It'll help out the algorithm so other viewers can be able to see these videos and live streams. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. Because I've got lots of content coming up here in the near future. We're just getting started here on talking about budgeting and all kinds of stuff. I have been working myself to death with going to workshops and online courses and talking to my own business mentors on everything under the sun to be able to help out our community, because I am the only one out in our community who is here to actually help you with creating content, building your own brand, growing your YouTube channel. There is nobody out there who has the experience or knowledge and capabilities when it comes to assisting the blind, visually impaired, and disabled community like I do. I have been researching things tirelessly for the last 10 months. I shit you not. 10 months straight, non-stop researching things to assist you with building your brand, growing your channel, and doing the things you want to do. I have 20 plus years of video content creation experience, 17 years of which come February will be here just on YouTube alone. I have more experience of content creation than my own business mentors and influencers that I talk to on a regular basis. Hey, Danny, what's going on, brother? I see a bunch of ducks. Bunch of ducks. A bunch of ducks. Bunch of ducks, 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 ducks. Hashtag feed the duck.
Cute.
Just saying. Lauren's probably gonna kick me in the ass later for that one, but you know, the ducks are everywhere. Huh, it was Lauren that actually put the ducks up, so ha ha! You beat Danny to it, huh, Lauren? Is that all what, Danny? Yeah, I see that now, Lauren. All I noticed was the ducks at first. That's the joys of being zoomed out, not having the computer zoomed in on just the chat. Take a quick sip of coffee. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in. Eggs. Ha! Now that's funny shit right there. You're probably questioning how should you prioritize besides what I've already said for like your housing and your groceries. Myself, I have always done my housing first, my rent payment, my utilities, and my groceries, then my savings, and then everything after that. Always. And that's how I've managed to pay off my debt. Is I've saved a few dollars for myself first to be able to pay off my debt quicker. Because if you save first rather than just going straight to your debt, when you actually pay your debt, depending on whether it's a credit card or a medical bill, whatever it may be, they will actually continue charging you interest on your debt, whether you're paying on it or not. So if you save first and pay your debt later, you can actually save up a little bit of money first, then put it towards your debt, because the more you could pay off on your debt, the better. If you pay off in larger amounts rather than small amounts, it's going to work in your benefit rather than going with $5 payment, $5 payment, $5 payment, whatever you might be actually paying for your debt. And if you save up and you get to a $50 savings or $100 in savings, you can then take that savings, put it towards your debt, pay it off quicker, because the majority of your payment actually goes towards the interest rather than the principal of that debt. The sooner you'll actually be able to pay off your debt. Because, for instance, if you have a credit card and your credit debt is $500, that $500 is going to collect anywhere on average between 17 and 29% interest every month. So every month your debt's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Whereas if you make the minimum payment of $20 per se, that $20 isn't hardly touching the interest rate that is getting tacked on every single month. So now you're just taking that $20 and pissing it away to interest that's going to be tacked on in a few days anyway. So you're better off, honestly, taking that $20, not putting it towards your debt right away, and putting it towards your savings. Because the sooner you can build your savings up, you can make a single large payment, and the majority of that large payment will pay off the interest and a little bit towards your principal. After 7 years of a debt unpaid, as long as you do not acknowledge that payment, you don't talk to the collection agency, you don't make a payment, anything like that, it gets written off anyway. And for two, most collection agencies, when they buy your debt, they will actually sell it to another collection agency anyway. And then they're going to add on even more interest than the original company that bought your debt to begin with. So you need to be careful when it comes down to paying off your debt and making your payments and that kind of thing. Because I would rather see you have savings and pay off something in a couple of payments rather than paying on something for fucking ever and never getting anywhere. I made that mistake when I was younger. I've had 7 credit cards. So I'm just speaking from experience. Not here, you can't. There is no freezing debt here. especially if it's credit cards and all that shit. No, there is no freezing it. They continue tacking on interest and tacking on interest and tacking on interest. One of my credit cards went from being $250. That's it, because that's all that card had for a limit was $250. And by the time I paid it off, it had made it up to $3,000 because of the interest. They do not freeze that here at all. Same thing with your medical bills. Some of them can continue collecting interest too. It all depends on the hospital and their billing structure. Our system here in the US is beyond shit. And the longer our government keeps screwing us over, you can continue worrying about the ability that these corporations have to continue bending us over backwards to screw us even more. Because that is one thing that our government and these corporations are absolutely good at. Their biggest thing is serving their own agenda and deepening their own pockets. Every last one of them. Yes, they do, Danny. They will buy it for pennies on the dollar, and then they will turn around and tack on all kinds of interest and expect you to make them rich. That's what I was saying. I learned from experience when it comes to paying debt. It's a lot better to save your money and make larger payments on your debt than it is to constantly give them the minimum payment. Because if you just give them the minimum payment, they're just going to tack that payment that you made right back on the following month, and you're going to be stuck right where you're at. Yes, it does hurt your credit score, but not nowhere near as much as it would for you to constantly sit there and make payment after payment after payment after payment after payment. Because even though you're paying on that debt, it's still bad on your credit because you're not paying anything towards the principal. If you're just constantly paying toward interest, it's not helping you on your credit any. None. It shows that you're making payment, but that's all it's doing is showing you're making a payment. Until you could start paying enough to go towards the principal, it's not going to help build your credit. Unfortunately. They continue to add interest no matter whether the account's active or not. Like I was saying, here they do not freeze the account. Even if you don't pay on it and it's inactive, they continue to tack on interest. All right, we're approaching the top of the hour. We've only got a few minutes left. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in now, and I will answer them before we end today's live stream. please don't forget to put question in all caps if you would. It'd be greatly appreciated. Makes it a lot easier for me to be able to see your question. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. And please do smash that like button. It helps you stay updated because YouTube is constantly updating the algorithm. And if you don't engage with the channel, you might actually not get your notifications. If for any reason you don't feel comfortable enough with asking questions here in the live stream or in the replay in the comment section below, you can always email me your questions. I'll be more than happy to help you out. You can reach me at consult.ablindguy@gmail.com. You can also private message me on any social media platform, YouTube, or outside of YouTube. You can hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere. I am there. We'd love to see you join us with the Consulting Crew community over on Facebook as well. You could search for the Consult the Blind Guy Hangout group. The link is in the description below as well as on the channel header. That's a little bit different than here. My score didn't restart. They just wipe it off of your score. Hello, Living with Low Vision. Thanks for joining us. You joined at the opportune time. We were getting ready to go here just a moment. If you have any questions, go ahead and feel free to drop them in real quick. And I will be more than happy to answer them before I close out today's stream. Yeah, I was too, Danny. Freaking, it took me forever to get my debt down, and then I just paid off the last of my debt in November, so I'm 100% debt free. And I'm waiting just a couple minutes so I can make sure that if you have any questions, living with low vision, the topic for today was making a budget so you can have more money and do the things that you want to do. Highly recommend watching the replay. There's also a link in the description below for a budgeting sheet so you can be able to plan out your monthly budget and be able to save money rather than constantly complaining about not having money and being low income and all that good stuff. I've been there for many years, and I'm happy to say that at the beginning of the month, using this system, I have paid off all of my debt, and I can now save more than what I was already saving to begin with. Budgeting is a good thing to do, especially if you are on low income. Oh, I see a bunch of ducks popping up again. So, hashtag
Here.
that's a good idea. Sorry to hear about the debt. That's definitely crappy. All right, we are at the top of the hour. So, if there's any quick last minute questions, I will hold on for just a quick minute to answer them. If there are no questions, then we will close out for today. I get to go through and start working on some stuff for more content to release soon. As most of you know, I have been busting my butt with getting business courses done and things like that to be able to help out our community. If you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated. You can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. And I have a new video every week and do a live stream every Monday and Thursday, which I am probably going to be changing our times just a little bit on the streams, possibly because of business course meetings on Thursday afternoons. And the reason I was late today is because I was in a workshop for building brands. I won't post any updates on the Facebook page as well as in our Facebook group. If you're in there, that's where to find the latest updates on what's going on with the scheduled streams. I am working on posting it to all of the social media sites rather than just the two. Trying to get in the habit of that more. I'm just keeping so freaking busy lately. I'm not seeing any other questions come in. So we will close out for today, and I will be back here on Thursday, probably around 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, due to having a new business course meeting every week. So until the next time, thank you, Danny McKenna, Living with Low Vision, Divided by Sight, and Kim Lackey for all being here in the live stream with me today. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you all have a good day or evening, depending on where you are in the world. And until next time,